If I had to sit through this twice, you have to sit through this twice. What is up, fans? Doing these film breakdowns after a loss, especially after a loss like we just endured the other night, sucks. But there was good out of this game. There was some things that I want to point out of this game, and there were the bad that we're going to talk about out of this game. I'm going to nitpick a little bit. I'm going to get a little angry at the refs a little bit. Obviously, it wouldn't really change much of the game. Maybe it would have. Maybe it wouldn't have in some instances. But overall, we're going to look at it. And like I said, it's... That's it. That's all. I was going to say. Okay, so we're going to start. Obviously, we're on offense. This is 2nd and 13 from our own 39. This is an incomplete pass, but I'm not angry about this pass. Obviously, we gained. There was a penalty. I think we ran for a first down, and then we got a tackle for loss. That's why it's 2nd and 13. I'm not mad at this play. Like there was no, again, I'm not upset with this play. Obviously, Tua, when he drops back, very easily could have dropped it off to Achane. He could have got the first. The first is over here. He definitely could have got back to the marker. Possibly more. But I'm not upset about it because if you look at it, you have your one safety to the other hash mark, and you have, they were like, you're not beating us deep. But I'm not upset about it because try these. Take these chances. Obviously, Tua threw it in a way that if he threw it to the inside where the trajectory of Tyreek Hill was going, I'm using the mouse when I could just use my pen. So if he threw it kind of over here, let's say like over here, in the trajectory of where Tyreek was going, that safety kind of collapses over here. So he kind of threw it to the outside to the numbers. I'm pretty sure that's kind of where Tyreek was supposed to travel this way. He got pushed more to the inside because of the corner, and he threw it in a way that either Tyreek's going to get it or no one else is going to get it. Because I'm pretty sure if we start it back at the beginning, you see where Tyreek is. He's right outside the numbers. And then you see where he kind of ends up, right? See how he kind of bows in and gets pushed in more? I'm pretty sure because you see it lands right here at the 10. If you go back to the beginning, see how he's on the numbers? Tyreek essentially runs this route. This is what Tyreek runs, right? Tyreek kind of started here. He was on like the inside of the 40. He runs his route. And he kind of goes outside the numbers, and then he cuts it right back in, right? I'm pretty sure he was supposed to stick it and follow the numbers up, and that's why Tua threw it at the 10. But he kind of had to, he didn't want to go too far around the corner because then he would have been too far outside. So he kind of got pushed to the inside where the safety is coming in. I feel like if he ran it where he was supposed to, possibly it would have been completed. But again, I'm not upset about it because test the defense. Show them, hey, if you mess up in the slightest, we're going to throw it over your heads, kind of push the defense back, and then your screens, your bubble screens, all that stuff will work. Now, here's the interception. We're going to look at it, and I'm going to show you what I noticed. So you see where Tua throws it, right? Throws it here. He's expecting DeBow to come up and cut it in. That's what he's expecting. A nice cut in, and he's going to get it to him. If that's Waddle, if that's Hill, it's a catch. But see how his route, watch the cut. See that? It's like he trips. Don't you love technology? That's not like, do you see that cut there? That's not good. That's a horrible route ran. And then the ball's there when a lot of people will say spot throw, spot throw, spot throw. If you are running, let me go back. And we could see the route, right? DeBow essentially, the ball is going to be up at the 40. Obviously, I can't draw up the 40 because that's where it is. So he's essentially running an in route, right? And he kind of runs, I'll trace it a little bit. He kind of runs this route, right? He doesn't boom, boom. He kind of curls the route. So he kind of runs like a really weird crosser instead of a deep in. That's what he runs. As a quarterback in the NFL, you throw the ball before your receiver breaks to the inside so that the ball, boop, is there. They can catch it. They can get some yak up the field. You don't throw it when they get there, right? This whole spot throw narrative is just, it's craziness to me. But DeBow runs a really lazy route. Like, and then hits him in the shoulder pad because you're not there, man. And then it gets picked off. Like, what are the flipping odds of that? So to me, again, you might disagree. I say that interception is on DeBow. I don't put that on Tua. I feel like if Tyreek or Jalen Waddle run that is a caught pass. It's a very sloppy route ran. It looked like a semi crosser when it should have been an in. That's my thoughts. Comment below. Let me know yours. This is the touchdown play. And this is very smart by Joe Brady. It's a pick play, but it's not a pick play, right? Because their receiver never touches David Long, but their receiver 100% gets in the way of David Long. For it to be a pick play, you kind of have to like run into him. It is like, it's a legal pick play. Now a motion here. Butt naked open, right? And you're like, how is he so butt naked open? It is who runs this route? I think it's 13, right? I think it's 13 right here. He's supposed to just run a crossing route. Very, very shallow crossing route. What he does is he comes crossing when David Long starts to head this way to follow Cook, who's running this way. 13, who I think is Shakir. I'm not 100%. That might even be Matt Collins, which breaks my heart. He kind of gets to here and he kind of like, and then runs a route. He kind of like, and then runs a route. When his route is supposed to be shallow, it's supposed to be a shallow crosser, right? You got a shallow crosser and then you got a little bit of a deeper crosser and then you got that, right? He's supposed to run a shallow because if not, he's going to run into his own guy. But he comes in here and he does a little, which then essentially stops David Long in his tracks, leaves Cook wide open. And you'll see it. Again, it's legal because he never touches him. But he definitely gets in his way. Right? You look here, he's supposed to follow the 15. See where his foot's planted, right? Follow the 15. He stops before David Long's anywhere near him and gets in his way. See that? And then he gets out of his way. It's not a pick play because he never makes contact with him and he never touches him. But 100% his job was to get in David Long's way. Because if he was really running his route, you don't stop here. You continue to run your route. But he stopped, got in his way, got him open. Easy touchdown. Good on you, Joe Brady. It's a great play call. I feel like if the Dolphins would have ran it, it would have been a flag for offensive pass interference. Now for some good. This is the touchdown drive, and I want you guys to watch Devon Achane, who has such a bright future with the Miami Dolphins. I am so happy we drafted him. Watch him on this 14-yard run. At this point, the game is tied 7-7. No, sorry. We're down 7-0. And it's 1st and 15, and we're on Buffalo's 46. Watch this run from Achane. Like he's one of my favorite players on this team right now. Great seal. And then you give him this type of lane, right? You could see it right here. Whoop. And a little bit of whoop. This is what he sees when he plants his foot and he's about to, get all up in there. He thinks pay dirt. Unfortunately, he comes over, and then I think this is Brewer, horrible block. He gets over. And this linebacker unfortunately gets injured on this play. If he holds his block a little bit better, this possibly is a touchdown. But he's like pay dirt. That's what he sees. But it's just like bad blocking, and then eventually he spins out. But I got another play for you where I'm just like, oh, God. This is a play. This is 3rd and 4 on Buffalo's 18. This is a beautiful play and pass from Tua to Jalen Waddle. This is the stuff that, and again, I'll talk more about Tua as the season goes on. I'll talk more about Tua as we get more of a diagnosis of what's happening with him and his history, his future with the team, whatever. But as of right now, I need to see more of this from Tua. This is the stuff where you're like, that's what we need, Tua. Right? Drop back, pressure. I'm going to step up. Boom. Threads the needle. Like that is beautiful. It's very simple. Right? You got the pressure. He sees it. He feels it coming from his backside. All right, I'm going to step up. And what he has to do now is he has to thread the needle, right between 39 and 17, I think that is. It's a great throw, and it's a great play. I need more of that. Now, at some points, and I'll show you other sacks that happen, he doesn't have the capability of it because it doesn't open up for him like that. The pocket actually collapses in the middle because, again, the problem with the offensive line was the interior. But it makes me sad. Now, this is 3rd and 1 defense. Calais Campbell has at least one great play a game. Last week, he had 2 with the sack and then the run stop. This one, he has a beautiful knockdown. This is 3rd and 1 on Buffalo's 39. You see Josh Allen dropping the pass. That hand had bothered him a little bit. Get some pressure on him, rolling out. Calais Campbell, boom, smacks that down. I kept telling people that with Josh Allen, if you want to have any chance against Josh Allen, right? 56 here is... Who is 56? My brain's not working. This is Chop, Sealer, Campbell. I'm drawing a blank. You want to contain him in the pocket, right? Contain Allen in the pocket. Don't allow him to roll out, and like possibly send a blitz up the middle with these guys coming up the middle, right? And if you can get pressure on him while containing him in the pocket and forcing him to step up, that's how you defeat Josh Allen. But with 56, he kind of just straight rushes it here, allowing Josh Allen to roll out. And thank God Calais Campbell comes back and he smacks that ball down. Look at all these beautiful arrows I drew. Hit the like button for those beautiful arrows I drew. But again, he kind of goes to the inside, rolls them out. Actually, no, they kind of did their job, but unfortunately he didn't get a lot of pressure. Roll out. And I'm pretty sure he was thinking of throwing it to him, which would have ended up being a first down. But great play by Calais Campbell smacking that ball down. Now, and again, I talk about Tua where I see instances and I see things of him doing, and I'm like, that's what we need on a consistent basis. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, all these guys good, is they do these things on a more consistent basis. This is Mike McDaniel. I need this type of play calling, not these weird plays on 4th and whatever, 3rd and long, whatever. I need these type of play calling, more consistency. I'm going to draw this play out for you because it's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love it. So it's essentially going to be a pitch to Devon Achane going this way. Right? You're going to have some motion from Julian Hill going this way. And essentially you're going to have your whole essential offensive line kind of blocking this way, right? And what that's doing is it's taking the entire defense and it's forcing them to go this way, right? You're going to have a motion here from Tyreek as well, right? Tyreek's going to come this way. But Tua's going to drop back and he's going to fake pitch it to Achane, which is even going, instead of having this corner follow Tyreek, he's going to kind of bite into the backfield. So you have the entire defense minus, I think this safety crashes down and you have Jalen Waddle having to block this guy. Your entire defense is going this way. And then you're going to have Tyreek going this way. And Tua, instead of pitching it to him, gives it to Tyreek. And it tricks the entire defense to go that way. It's beautiful. Like, and that was on 2nd and 9. But you see, right? See how they're all over here now? They're expecting this pitch. Even the guy that was covering Tyreek, expecting the pitch to go to him, boom, cuts it off here. So you got 57, Jalen Waddle, blocking, doing his thing. These guys are more concentrated on what's happening there. Comes down. It's a beautiful play. And those are the plays that where you're like, we need more of that. We need more of that. Then we have the interception to Robbie Chosen. I've looked at this play so many times to try to figure out what the crap happened. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know the play, right? Because you have, from what is ran, you have a block, right? You have a block and a release here. You have these guys kind of doing their thing, going this way. They're not blocking. These are supposed to be arrows. I'm being big silly. And you have him kind of running a deep comeback. But I'm wondering if he was supposed to run a deeper comeback or if he was supposed to run kind of one of those. Because you see where Tua throws it. And he slips too. Chosen, he slips. So he slips. Is it an overthrow? Because he throws it now. You can see him stopping. Is it supposed to be a stop and go? Like, is he supposed to, at this point, because Tua's already throwing it, and Tua's throwing it up here. Is he supposed to, like, stop and then continue to go upfield? Or did Tua sail this sucker? But he is in a clean pocket, and he's got both his feet planted. Unless they tell me what the play is at this point, I'm just, because that ball's already out. And he knows he was supposed to go further because you see his reaction to it. I think he was supposed to go further. I don't know. Well, anyway, it's a bad play on the offense. Regardless if it's a miscommunication, if it's a sailed pass, it's a bad play between Chosen and a bad play between Tua that forces an interception. And at that point in the game, we got the ball back. If the game's tied 7-7, we got the ball back, and that's what happens on that drive, right? Then we have this drive, which I talked about Achane, how I'm very happy he's a Miami Dolphin. Another guy that I was talking about when we signed him that I'm very happy with is Brooks, Jordan Brooks, number 20. I want you to watch him. He's right here. Watch Jordan Brooks, number 20. Like, he's just so good. And I watched him shut down Cooper Kupp, right? It was the same type of play. I'm going to say this is Jordan Brooks, right? Cooper Kupp kind of was running one of these routes, and Jordan Brooks kind of went in, and then he followed him and essentially shut Cooper Kupp down. And it was a thing of beauty. But here you have he's going to kind of run a seam route, and then he's going to come out of the backfield and run, I would say a swing route. No, it's called a, it's right there. I'm probably going to scream it out in the middle of it. But you have these guys who are going to kind of fall back and follow these, and Jordan Brooks goes and connects with this wheel route. See, I knew I'd get it. You have number one running full speed this way, and Brooks goes, matches with him, and stays with him up the sideline to get his hand in there to break up the pass. Like full speed, boom, right? He's now running full speed, sticks with him. I love it. Jordan Brooks, Calais Campbell, Devon Achane so far. Very happy with. Very, very happy with. Now, here's where I get a little like, really? I kind of yelled about this at the in the live stream. We hold them to a field goal. The defense did their job. Again, if the Dolphins offense would have just scored, whether it was a field goal or a touchdown, if they would have just scored on their previous drives, instead of throwing an interception on the first drive, an interception on the third drive, if they would have scored, the score would have been 13-3, Dolphins up by 3, and the defense would have played differently, and we would have been in it. And you see what I'm saying? Like, answer the call when you get it. God forbid they score a touchdown. It's 21-10. It's a different ball game, and it forces the Bills offense to do something different, and it forces Josh Allen to be more aggressive with his bad left hand. This is 2nd and 11. They're on their own 14 because Jake Bailey does a beautiful thing and he punts, because we had a 10-yard penalty kind of put us in a hole. So Jake Bailey, fantastic punt by him. And this is a 36-yard pass. Now, I'm going to play it. I'm going to point out two things that bothered me in this play. All right. So, obviously, you guys know what the first one is because I screamed at the top of my lungs about it. How on God's green earth is this not a hold? He's got him in a flipping headlock. I'm going to continue it. Straight up headlock. The ref is right here. He's got him in a headlock. And then he brings his hand out. I didn't do nothing. He had him in a headlock. You call that a penalty, it now becomes second. No, it's probably half the distance because they're on the 14, so it's 7 yards. It's now 2nd and 18, and this play doesn't happen. And it's another possibility of the Dolphins getting the ball back but you see what I'm like? These little things could change momentum, even though it probably wouldn't have because our offense was anemic. But how do you not call that a hold? He's got him in a flipping headlock. There's a ref right here, and there's a ref right here. How do you not see that? And then the bigger problem is Kader Kohou here. And Javon Holland. See, Javon Holland is trying to help two different spots. Like he's trying to help here with Fuller. But also needs to get over there quick. It was just a crap show, man. Kader Kohou's been struggling. He's been struggle bus city a lot lately. Then this is the play that Ramsey was on Johnson. It's 3rd and 12, which again breaks my heart. They're on the Dolphins 34. You stop him here. You force him to kick a field goal. So instead of being down 17-7, it could be 13-7. Which it's not as bad, but it could be better. And a lot of people want to blame Ramsey for this, but when I watched it, they're playing zone. This is a zone defense, so he's not manned on the running back. And Javon Holland was supposed to help on this play, and Javon Holland kind of bites on the fact that Josh Allen looks like he's going to take off running. See, this doesn't help that Jalen Phillips falls, right? It allows him to roll out. Boom. So if we break it down, first off, if we break it down and just let the play develop, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I understand that Jalen Phillips fell, but you have to contain him in the pocket. You have to. He has to come out, I know he fell, but like, you can't allow that. Coverage here, you have the safety biting. Javon Holland right here, he sees. So you got a little bit of a wheel route here, and then the play breaks down, and then he kind of cuts it to the inside. You have Javon Holland coming over to help, but then he kind of bites down because he sees Josh Allen rolling out and thinking Josh Allen's going to take off and try to get some yards. Again, it is 3rd and 12. So he kind of breaks. He also kind of breaks because you have this route over here, but you have multiple defenders to cover that. Javon Holland should not have bid on this. Javon Holland should have stayed the route, helped Jalen Ramsey cover a broken play, and it would have been a field goal. You'll see here, right? Rolls out, because watch him. He's not looking at the running back, Johnson. He's watching Josh Allen. See how he steps up? That's where the problem is. Once he stepped up like that, you leave this all open. And that's where you get into trouble when you allow Josh Allen to get outside the pocket. Because then the play breaks down. And then you're at the whim of trying to follow somebody as they run an unconventional route. So there's that. This is 4th and 2. This is a sack. Let's watch it and see who's at fault. Now, Robert Jones, not to pick on you too much, but you going up against Ed Oliver, you got bullied. You fell. But I want you to notice why the sack happened. This play is 4th and 2, so they do get the ball back. And what was supposed to happen here is Jalen Waddle was supposed to come out, plant, and go cut a kind of a slant. So when Tua plants his back foot, he was going to hit Waddle for the first down, right? But our offense has been struggling lately. So what happens? He falls. Because he's good. And again, it sucks watching film because you notice things. If you look, right, clean pocket for this instance, because you can already see Ed Oliver's bullying Robert Jones. If he doesn't slip here and he comes out and he cuts that quick, that's a first down and possibly more, right? Obviously, he's going to come in and make the tackle, but boom, we get the first down, continue to possibly move on with our lives. We're down 17-7 at this point, possibly get something going instead of giving them short yardage and essentially putting us in a hole. But unfortunately, Jalen Waddle slips. So then Tua has to step up and get sacked. Because a lot of times when Tua gets sacked, I look at everything. And I'm like, is it his fault? Could he have thrown it here? Could he have thrown it there? That would have been an easy first down on 4th and 2. It was a good play call, easy first down. Robert Jones held Ed Oliver as long as he possibly could, but he fell. Waddle doesn't fall, it's a first down. And again, game's different. So now at this point, they score a touchdown on an easy Cook run that just, the guys hit the wrong gap and he just ran. So now we're down 24-7. We kicked the field goal, down 24-10. Again, if the offense would have just answered on the instances where we forced them to punt and we held them to field goals, the game would have been so different at halftime. I don't think the score would have been 24-10. I think the score probably would have been like 20-17. Buffalo's up by 3. Whole different game, whole different aspect. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been completely different. So then we punt. Sorry, we forced them to punt. And here is the pick 6. Now, you saw Tua take that sack on 4th and 2. Here's what happened here. Now he's tapping his helmet. He's making some type of change. He sees something. Probably saw the blitzer, who now backs off. Drops back. Just, if he even, I don't understand. So he makes the change, right? Boom. Plants his foot. No one's open. Not open. Not open. Not open. Not open. Right? He's looking. Beat. Again, Robert Jones is beat badly. Beat here as well, Austin Jackson. Take the sack. Take the sack 24-7. Sorry. Take the sack 24-10. We can live to play another down. It's only 14 points. It sucks, but just take the sack. He throws it, living on a prayer, and it lands here, right? The line of scrimmage on that play was the 30. So it would have made it past the line, but he's still, you got a receiver here. I highly doubt he's trying to hit Jonnu Smith. I highly doubt it. What I'm thinking is he's just trying to throw it out of bounds. But it's 3rd and 5. You're gonna kick a punt anyway. Just take the sack, man. What are you thinking here? This is an incredibly dumb play. And he just sails it. And then that, I'm not going into him running, should have slid, whatever, right? So there's that. Now I got 3 plays I want to show you before we get out of here. Positives at the end of the game. Achane on this play. Like, holy crap. Boom. Watch this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like, he is going to be so dangerous for the Miami Dolphins. Him and Jalen Wright are going to be a fantastic 1-2 punch for the Miami Dolphins. Watch this. Dumps it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and if he would have stayed up, he would have went. But again, at this point, we're down 31-10. It could have been a game. No, this is the last drive, so it wouldn't have been a game. Then I want to show this, because if we can get this out of Skylar for 4 quarters, this is the Skylar I need to see that I'll feel better about the rest of the season. Watch this play from Skylar, and also watch Achane. Right? Pressure in his face, drop him back. Look at that throw. Are you kidding me? From Skylar Thompson? On his back foot. Look at this throw. Beautiful throw, Skylar. Please do this against Seattle. We could beat Seattle if Skylar plays like this. Like, look at that throw. Also, look at the catch from Achane. Just beautiful. But look at this. It's a dart falling away. And then this one to DeBow. Now, again, Bills probably don't have their starter in, but we don't have ours. You got DeBow and you got Braxton Barris at the top of the screen. The decision. Drop him back. Right? Plants his foot. He feels the pressure coming from his right side. Boom. Lets it fly. And he's got an arm. Skylar, just boom. Let it fly, dude. Trust your arm. Play football. And we will win some games with this guy at quarterback. But overall, again, if the offense could have just got out of its own way and could have answered when the defense gave them chances, I think this game would have been different. I don't think Tua tries to scramble. A lot of things would have been different, but Skylar's going to be your starter against Seattle. I have no news yet about Tua. When we do get news, I'll make a video about it, but there is positives out of this. Brooks, Skylar at the end making some really good decisions. He's got to do that. Just trust your arm. Those 2 passes were beautiful. I need that out of him. Achane is going to be a monster for us. Even Jalen Wright had some really nice runs that were brought back because of penalties. There are positives. I am going to make a video about positives going forward. Because, you know, a lot of us feel like the season's over. It's not. It's week 2. There's a lot that we can, you know, scavenge and get forward going. But hope you enjoyed this. I will see you not tomorrow. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday. I'll see you Monday. Unless news breaks, then you'll probably get it later in the day because, again, tomorrow's my wife's birthday. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.